Hello. There we go. God, I love NVIDIA broadcasts so much, chat, because sometimes it just doesn't decide to work. What's going on, gamers? Good middle of the day. How are you all doing? I hope everyone's doing well. I know I'm doing absolutely fantastic on this fine day. Today we shall be big gaming o'clock. We're gonna be playing Street Fighter 6. I have a plan for today, so let's start off with the story. The past week, a little life update. Okay, it's been about 2 weeks since I was last live. First things first, I got really heavily into Riot's new trading card game, Riftbound. As the OGs know, Legends of Runeterra GOAT, Absolution. So when LOR died, I was like, I'm pissed at Riot. They're like, here's the new card game. I was like, I don't want anything to fucking do with this. You killed the game that I really liked playing. I don't want anything to do with this. Get this out of my face. Turns out, it's actually kind of fire. So I'm playing it now. I have invested. I have my deck here, my Darius deck. It's not complete. I'm missing a couple of cards, but it's very, very fun. It's a fantastic card game. If there was an online client, I would probably be streaming it. Not gonna lie to you guys. But there isn't. There's just like Discord matches, which I don't feel like streaming. I'll maybe like do stream scrims, or like if I enter a tournament, like an online tournament, I'll stream that. But it'd have to be on the weekends, so I have to be on like a Sunday. However, so that was that. I've been playing Street Fighter. Yeah, playing Street Fighter. Downloading the mindset, right? Because I think that's the big thing for me. I mean, it's not really, I know it's the big thing for me, is the mindset. Going into the game, make sure my brain and my mental is on point, that I'm thinking about the things I'm doing. Very important. It's a little bit tough sometimes, but it's important. All right, so the mindset is numero dos, or numero one right now. And then here I am making some chicken. Okay, I got some Costco chicken. If you don't know, they come in these little bags, pre-portioned. Gotta open. Now, normally I just take a knife and I just slice it open. I don't cut towards my finger. I cut away from my finger, but I don't cut myself. However, I use a different knife this time. Not my normal knife that I use, because that one was dirty. And I didn't feel like washing it at the moment. So I go and I'm trying to push the knife through and cut. And it's a serrated kitchen knife. And I'm holding the chicken bag like this on the corner. Okay, like I'm holding the corner. I'm cutting in this direction, away from where I'm cutting, not, towards my hand. But I'm holding the bag. And as I'm pushing, because it's a dull knife, the knife is bad, goes against where direction I want, and gets sort of deflected upwards. Next thing I know, boom, I see it happen. I slide, I see blood. I go, fuck, babe. My girlfriend's on the couch. Babe, I need Band-Aids. She goes, what happened? What'd you do? I was like, I sliced my finger open. She goes, why are you cutting that way? And I was like, it's just right now is bad time. So I sliced about, I don't know if I can, it's in a Band-Aid right now. I'm gonna leave it that way for when I play Streets today, because it hurts when I hit it on things. But yeah, I sliced about, say that, if I can show you guys, get the camera to focus. Camera. There we go. Slice about like this much of my finger. That part probably about like a 1/16 of an inch deep. It's fairly deep, chat. Maybe a little bit more, like between an 1/8 and a 1/16 of an inch deep. Just gash in my finger, right on the tip. So I go, fuck, I can't play Street Fighter right now. It's been wrapped in Band-Aids for like a full week. It's rough. I tried playing some Clair Obscur yesterday. That was a fun time, because I was like, I haven't been able to really play anything. I'm just kind of chilling, like playing Riftbound, because I can use my mouse only for that. But we're gonna try playing Streets today, and because I've been away for so long, and by so long I mean about a week, I am going to focus on something. All right, that was the roundabout tale. That's the life updates. So now let's talk about what we're doing today, because today is an important day. It's a big day. It's a foundational day. Broski has a new video out. I'm probably like low key, I think it's the greatest fighting game tutorial ever made. Here, actually, let me pull it up so you guys can see the thumbnail and shit, so I can plug the video proper. Which, I mean, you probably know it by now, but like, let's go to Broski's channel. Here it is. right here, this video, what goes on inside the mind of an Aki player. This genuinely might be the greatest fighting game tutorial ever made. Like, it's basically just him narrating his thought process. But if you actually like when you take a moment and you think about what he's saying, like he's like there's a moment in the video where he goes, I'm just gonna run safe pressure to attack the drive gauge because this person is playing very random. And I was like, oh, as like he has different pressure than just like a block string, right? Like he goes, okay, this is my pressure to attack drive gauge versus, you know, the pressure when I think I'm gonna get an opening. And I think that there's these like little hidden details of things that I think like I'm gonna do a deep dive into this video. I think it's actually like probably one of the greatest videos. If you really analyze it, this might have the most important fighting game lessons. I also think there's not enough good tutorials on how to think about the game, because in my experience, have found that while you can just press the buttons and do the thing, just like this right here is the thing you need to learn, is how to think about the game itself if you want to get really good. And as someone who's been really good at card games, it's the same exact mentality, and it's I think why people who are really good are able to translate between games, because they know that it's not just the mechanical skill, it is the thinking about the game. How do I think about the game? What am I thinking about in the time, right? Play a card game at a high level, what are you thinking about? What are my opponent's options? I'm going to play around those. I'm going to present questions to my opponent. Same shit in fighting games, right? If I'm playing Ed and I keep hitting stand medium kick into flicker to attack your drive gauge, I'm basically saying, I'm going to take your drive gauge away. What are you going to do about it, right? And if you are asking those questions of your opponent and you're doing that properly, then you can also think about, okay, then that lets you learn the next step, which is how do you answer those questions? So it's like, okay, well, I'm going to jump over it. And that's the question your opponent's asking you back. Is like, I'm jumping over it. What are you doing about that? It's a question thing. It's very interesting. But there was also a moment in this video where I realized that I think my game plan is not tight enough, really. Like, I find myself at my last local, I lost to some tactics that I should not have lost to. And so I think what happened is, like, I got mashed on, my meaties weren't tight enough, just my game plan as a whole, not tight enough. And that gives openings for people who are mashing, who are doing these sort of random options to blow you up and just kind of run away with the game. And if you're not aware of that, then that tilts you, right? So being aware that, hey, my game plan probably needs to get tightened up if I really want to like 10 win streak out of diamond, because I realistically, not to be cocky, I should be able to do that by now. Like I fully believe that I can 10 win streak out of diamond like easily in like a fucking day. So that's the goal right now. That's what we're going to practice and we're going to focus on today, is just not actually playing ranked. We're just going to focus on grinding our game plan, tightening that bad boy up for our stream today. It's gonna be very fun. It's gonna be a good time. And then don't be alarmed, chat, because I'm also thinking about making a second channel, because I think I've set a bar for myself. Like with my main channel videos, they got to be good, and my most recent video and the Jinx tutorial, I think those things don't belong on the main channel. I think the main channel should honestly be right now just for Road to Evo. And if it doesn't pertain to Road to Evo and I can't spin it to that, I think it needs to be on the second channel. So I'm probably gonna start uploading on Absol 2 more, and just uploading just content that is significantly lower effort, just yap session stuff. The Broski deep dive video will go up on the main channel. But that'll also give me a lot of leeway with not feeling like I have to upload 24/7. Because I'm going to have to edit the Diaphone video soon. My camera guy's getting me the footage next week, so I got to upload the Diaphone. Oh fuck, I spoiled. I wasn't supposed to tell you guys what that was. It's fine. Yeah, I got the Diaphone. I did a collab with Diaphone, chat, so I have the Diaphone collab coming. I had to edit the video. It's gonna be though, it's like a documentary, and it in my mind, it's gonna be fucking peak, bro. Every time I make a video, I'm trying to make the best video I've ever made. But this one, I really think we're going to hit that again, you know? And then I can do like, yeah, I can have like a second channel for just like sort of lower, not really lower effort, but like if I do a yap session, it can go on the second channel. Why are you opening the web browser? All right. All right, let's see, first of all. Go to training mode. Let's see what this is. Playing with my wounded and injured finger, chat. This is going to be interesting. Okay, not that bad, actually. Doesn't feel great, but I don't even necessarily want to play ranked anyway, because I just don't want to mash. I don't want to jam my finger and fucking reopen my wound. I want it to heal fast. So let's do, what we're going to do, we're going to turn that on, we're going to turn this on, and then we're going to do, make sure this is correct. Yeah, there we go. Random selection rate, go down to 2. You'll go to 5. So this is a little drill I have to do, chat. Oh, this is actually going to be hard. Oh, that's so tough. Oh. Okay. I actually can't do this. That actually, I can't DP yet. That shit hurts like a motherfucker. That's fun. That's fun. That's like really painful. Okay. What are we gonna do? Oh, you guys can't see what's going on, can you? I hadn't even fucking changed my screen. I guess we're doing something. We have to figure out something casual to do that, chat. Yeah, don't have any suggestions? Is there any Riftbound tournaments going on today? Can I play Riftbound? I'll enter a Riftbound tournament. I could do a first to 2 on TCGA. Oh shit! Leaderboard updates. Hold on, let's see what I got, chat. Let's see your boy on the Champions of the Rift leaderboard. Where is Absolution at? Oh my god, I'm 6th. Am I above Kuvi? Dude, I'm above Kuvi. Let's go. Hey, let's go. I do that. Kuvi's the GOAT, but like, I love having a little rivalry. Let's go. Your boy's GOAT. I'm like low-key kind of goated at Riftbound though, chat. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm like a little cracked. I could try to run some Riftbound games on stream. That might be the vibes, to be honest with you. So let me see if there's any tournaments going on. This is Monday at 7:30. Dude, this is insane. I definitely would not be able to make that work. This is tomorrow. That's tomorrow at noon. Because I fucking can't play, dude. You know what? You know what we're gonna do, chat? We're gonna break down. Let's break down the Broski video then, because I have to do something. I need to stream today, so we're gonna break down the Broski video live first, and I'm gonna take fucking notes. We're gonna take some notes here. Get the notepad up, and then get the hell out of here, bro. What is that? I don't even know what that is. Oh, that's my paper edit for my... I already did that, though. It's already saved. Let's do... And then you should have a notepad window. Right? Yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And if I type here, yep. All right, cool. So let's put this Broski video on. I can't play Street Fighter right now, unfortunately. RIP to me. Actually fucking hurts like a bitch. So we'll do this, and then I'll probably just try to jam games of Riftbound on stream and hang out.
Explain more about kind of the thought process, moment to moment of like Street Fighter. Why I make certain decisions, or why like a player should.
I want to find like 5 key lessons in this video, but we're gonna just analyze it and see if we can figure out just really the thoughts behind the ideas.
A player's head, moment to moment. And I've always found it difficult to answer those kinds of questions because it's very nebulous and it's very difficult to explain. But what I'm going to try and do here is I'm going to play a few games of ranked, and I'm going to try and narrate my inner monologue as I play. So I'm going to try and tell you guys like what things I'm picking up on as I'm doing it, what I'm looking for, like where my focus is at, to try and give you guys an idea of like how I'm approaching the round. And like I said, this might be a disaster because playing is hard enough to begin with, and playing while talking about what I'm doing at the same time is going to be very difficult, but I'm going to give it a try. We'll see how it goes. Also, please hit subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get on with the video.
Why is this Red Broski?
So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess I should start by saying that I do actually look
But I
at
should
your
like the
MR,
video.
right? MR is not like a value judgment on your character, but I do look at your MR. And so, for example, this DJ has high MR, and that's all.
I'm gonna be so for real here though. I will say this. The first thing I've noticed, do not MR scout if you aren't already masters low key. I think that's like kind of a bad take. Or not bad take. I think it's fine to do at this rank, at his rank where he's at, because he's at the top of the fucking game. So he's experienced all of the divisions. He knows what they're all gonna do. If you're in Diamond 4, and the difference between Diamond 4 and Diamond 2 is not that big, bro. Like, I'm gonna say that, I'm gonna be so for real with you, dog. It's not that huge. It's like one or two things that are different. I don't think that's worth it for people to do if they're not at this same point. Because also, Broski doesn't look at it and go, oh, you're Ultimate Master. Now I have to, oh, I gotta play this way. Like, if you're, let's say you're Diamond 3 and you see someone Diamond 5, right? Their MR is higher than yours. That's gonna psych you out, and you're gonna play. You might play way too safe. And I've played some of these Diamond 5s, bro. I've played some of these Masters players, bro. You don't gotta be like, they're just existing, you know. Like they're just they're just we're all the same.
Decision making here. I'm probably going to assume this DJ is pretty good. And we're going to start off just going for a safe pressure string here into... I'm going to end this with medium whip into a meaty throw because it's fairly low risk.
So that right there is also kind of a good take. What's the timestamp on that? 149. He said he wants to end that as a low risk option, right? It's the first option of the game. I think that tells me, right, that Broski is looking for, he's doing the safe shit initially. Because, right, like let's say he went for, what's like the other options you could go for there, right? What's the other options you go for in that situation?
Probably going to assume this DJ is pretty good. And we're going to start off just going for a safe pressure string here into... I'm going to end this with medium whip into a meaty throw because it's fairly low risk.
So he goes for the low risk option. Is it because the DJ player is good as like a higher MR player? He doesn't want to take the risk of going for like meaty, right? Because in Loki, in Diamond, you can just chain meaty. You can just keep throwing out meaties. Whereas this person might be really good at perfect parrying. Like, let's see, but he did delay tech on throw, right? Very low risk. You reset to neutral. You don't lose anything. Whereas if you get, he's in the corner, you're Aki, you are kind of low on drive gauge here after that spend. So I understand that makes sense. That makes sense, right? Low risk commitment. I'm like an English teacher, chat. Commitment. Possibly because of meter disadvantage, but also possibly because not enough info, right? And if I think about this, right, the reason I would look at this and do it that way, or that would make sense to me, is the worst situation you get is they're in the corner and you're good here. If he jumps out, I'm pretty sure you can do the throw DP option select, right? Where if they jump, they don't get they get smacked for jumping. Or they get thrown, you do throw tech, and they do throw tech, you're back here. If they parry, you win. If they do EXDP, you don't really give a shit because it's like 12%. It's like 11 or 12%. It's nothing, you know, like you're fine. You're granted you're on defense, but it's okay, whatever. Like the trade off there is immaculate for you. So yeah, I get that. I think it's more likely he's doing it because no info, or low risk commitment to to maintain strong positioning. Not a lot of info on opponent. You know, don't mix yourself up, probably, right?
I'm going to back up a little bit here because I'm low on drive.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go for more of a poking style right now while my drive is recovering. Now my opponent has seen that I'm playing more passive. They're likely to overextend. So now I'm looking for like an interrupt with stand medium punch.
Right. That's another good point. Good point there. 204. 04. Pose question to opponent. Predict their answer. Play accordingly, right? Right. This is, I think, it's also something more or less you'd expect at like a higher rank, right? Is that you pose the question, they answer accordingly, because you can predict that they're going to answer it properly. If they're not the best player, you can probably just walk back and wait till they show you they want to do what they want to do, and then do that and just kind of play it more safe, right?
I whiff. Now I'm going to go back in again because my drive's...
But I think the really good point there, though, was played passive for drive recovery. A reason. I mean, that's kind of like the big one, right? Have a reason for what you do. Right? Like, because that's also probably really important, right?
I'm yapping too much. I get cornered. I'm actually going to wake up level 1 here. I want to set a precedent that I'm a lunatic. I like the idea of waking up with super on the very first knockdown of the round because it gets in your opponent's head like, wow, this guy won't even take one defensive situation.
Yeah, look at that. That shit worked.
His,
that shit worked too. That shit worked. Right. Did he do delay tech throw there?
Take one defensive situation. And he messed up.
Yeah, that was delay tech throw.
I don't even know what that was.
Or delay throw.
Parry, but yeah. We take those. Okay, so I'm going to play a little bit slow initially. Look for an opening and then go for like a burst about here. Nice check.
Was that spacing dependent?
Forward jump for like a... Okay, so I'm going to play a little bit slow initially. Look for an opening and then go for like a burst about here. Nice check.
That was good.
I'm going to wake up forward jump the next time this guy overextends. Because now he's sort of like confused about what I'm doing. That's fine. We get out of the corner regardless. We can follow this in, but we've got to be careful about EX Fireball, which he tried to do there but messed it up. The thing about this matchup is that DJ's EX Fireball is 3 hits, while Aki's is 2, which means that I can't safely follow behind Aki's EX Fireball, unlike almost any other matchup.
That's also a cool point, right? That's like that's matchup tech, right? But knowing, I don't know if that really applies to what I'm thinking. It's like a big.
Fireballs, so I'm actually going to fish for that. He's also low on drive, which is very dangerous for DJ. I'm going to go for reset into back throw here because he's not going to be looking for it. We're going to attack.
It's honestly kind of a good point, right? Only change your game. Apply next layer when you have good information. Like, that's kind of what I get from that, is like he's waiting until he's like, okay, you're throwing a lot of fireballs. Now I'm going to implement my anti-fireball game plan. It's not like, oh, you started throwing fireballs. Let me sit back and bait that out because there's a gorillion reasons to throw a fireball. But it's like, okay, let me see, so you throw them, you kind of play it appropriately, right? Like, what was he doing in there against the fireballs initially?
The thing about this matchup is that DJ's EX Fireball is 3 hits. We'll do that. We can follow this in, but we've got to be careful about EX Fireball, which he tried to do there but messed it up. Which means that I can't safely follow behind Aki's EX Fireball, unlike almost any other matchup. He's now throwing a lot of fireballs.
He's using parry, yeah.
For that. He's also low on drive, which is very dangerous for DJ. I'm going to go for reset into back throw here, because he's not going to be looking for it. We're going to attack the drive gauge with safe pressure like that. And level 3 every time in this situation. So he's going to be about a pixel from burnout, which is death for him. So I'm going to go for a safe option here, which is going to be like a meaty EX fireball. There's basically no response from DJ in this situation. It doesn't get burnout. Okay, we got the burnout. Now it's just a case of...
So that was also kind of good, right? Thinking about what I saw just happen there. He's like, okay, I want to put, like, I'm going to go for, let me rewatch that section. That was really smart.
So he's going to be about a pixel from burnout, which is death for him. So I'm going to go for a safe option here because he's not going to be looking for it. With DJ, I'm going to go for reset into back throw here because he's not going to be looking for it. We're going to attack the drive gauge.
Attack the drive gauge, right? That's like, I'm stopping your drive gauge from, I mean, that's pretty straightforward, right? Attack the drive gauge, 331. Specifically targeted drive gauge while low and hovering.
With safe pressure like that. And level 3 every time in this situation. So he's going to be about a pixel from burnout, which is death for him. So I'm going to go for a safe option here, which is going to be like a meaty EX fireball. There's basically no response from DJ in this situation. It doesn't get burnout. Okay, we got the burnout. Now it's just a case of don't fumble, and we didn't.
Yeah, and then he says, okay, now your drive gauge is low. I mean, I feel like a lot of people understand that, like going for burnout, but I do think it's important to know what you can do on wake up to get that last bit of burnout on your opponent to get the combo and put them at that really low drive gauge percentage. With Frocky is guess the EX fireball.
This is difficult. This is difficult. I'm trying my best, folks. Alright, so I'm going to look for an EX flip here because he's throwing a lot of fireballs, but he responds correctly, which is nice. Okay, I'm getting bullied a little bit on defense. Okay, we got the corner switch, which is nice. We go for a meaty, and then we go for a frame steal. He woke up back throw, though. That's bad. I'm going to go for... I don't even know what I'm going to go for. I've run out of options.
I think that's a good detail there too. Broski has like pre-planned options in his mind he can rotate through, right? Which I think is something a lot of people don't think about. Pre-planned options to rotate through. That's an important thing I think to think about, right?
I'm gonna get Aki buff because heavy whip doesn't work properly. Okay. He's doing a lot of delayed buttons in the corner. He's not going for meaties, he's like delaying his buttons to catch me delay teching, which means that I can actually wake up jab now reasonably confidently. Like that. That's a good example of what I was just talking about. So I adjusted to the next level there. He's delaying his buttons, but by delaying your buttons, you open yourself up to just regular mash on wake up. I'm doing a lot of safe jumps at the end of strings as well because I don't trust this guy to block really. We get the burnout.
519. 519. That's the moment I was talking about earlier, chat. You gotta have right shit. That makes sense in my mind.
Basically a guaranteed round. Even that's fine. As an Aki player, I'm fine taking that.
That's super fine. My chances
of winning this round is still very high. Even after the level 3, that's fine.
What was that? That was what, like 5 what, 30?
Very high. As an Aki
523. Be okay with taking tons of damage because knows situation. Okay, I think a lot of players in this exact spot, right? If they were like, if this was me, I'll use myself as a fucking example. I get hit with this level 3 here.
Even after the
You're in burnout, but I go, uh-oh, I'm one combo away from dying. Well, that tells me, first of all, realistically, what I should be doing in that situation then is chilling the fuck out and blocking. I can take probably like 3 throws, but one combo will kill me. All right, in this spot, in my opinion, right? Even though he doesn't have meter, a full combo off like a Punisher would probably kill me. So playing it more safe here is most likely objectively correct. But also
Fine.
doesn't get tilted from being put in the spot. Doesn't let it fuck with his mentally. He goes, nah, I'm still chilling. Look at that. Goes for that.
Oh, it was a lock. Okay, I just lost. I've just lost instantly. Yeah.
That's tough. But just, and I mean, thinking that is, I think, really important. Being like, no, I'm chill. I'm big chilling. Like, this is fine. This is a fine situation. Like, I hit level 3 randomly instead of getting tilted, being like, I'm chill.
Instant loss because it was a lockout on the fireball, but I had the right idea. I'm going to switch to a more offensive style here because it worked well for me in the first round. He's also taking a lot of throws. I think he might DI on wake up pretty soon.
I like that. I like that right there. Hold on, what was that? 606? Like 6 minutes? Tried new strategy. Didn't work. Reverted back to old strategy. That was working. And he made an adaptation. The adaptation didn't work. It's fine. Doesn't get tilted. Just resets back. Goes, okay, the more aggressive playstyle worked. Let me do that then.
Soon I got that
And it wasn't like he knew what options. I mean, he probably in his head knows, okay, these are my aggressive Aki options, right? Sometimes I feel like when I play, I go, all right, I'm going to do, dash up medium kick on round start. And that's my aggressive strategy, right? And then my defensive strategy is like, I'm going to do walk back, throw fireball, right? Or I'm going to do walk back, see if you jump, throw fireball, right? That's pretty much. So, or like walk back, standing light kick, right? Just to check for like a drive rush. Yeah. I think there's a lot of it's actually pretty interesting. It's kind of, that one's kind of obvious, but I think it is important.
I have that feeling.
And that's just a fucking soul read, so.
I just sort of feel like it's probably coming. Well, I had the right read. I can't explain where it came from, but I didn't respond correctly. Broski's reading the script. Okay, we're attacking the drive gauge here. That's fine. And again, this should be checkmate if I don't fumble this too badly. He's going to pressure me because he doesn't want to block anything right now. EX Fireball here just wins the game.
So this is also, I think, really fucking important. And I don't think talked about enough. That's insane that I mean, it's so obvious, right? But dude is like, I know what health you're at. I know what you're doing. He knows his outs, right? I think that's really important. Knows his outs. In play or in control, right? Like theoretically being like, okay, I know right now in this position, EX Fireball wins. I have the drive gauge for it. I know how much damage it does. I know it will kill you, which means that he doesn't have to scramble to try to figure out what to do here. Right. And I feel like that's a trap I fall into a lot. I'd be scrambling sometimes in these spots where I'm like, okay, how much health are you at? You're at this much health. And I didn't know what to do to kill you. But this, I think, is really important.
Guaranteed. Cool.
And even if it's just having a thing that you're like, okay, this is what will kill. I know what to do right here. I know what to go for. And I'm going to try to find it. And then, like, let's say they do something that's different that like catches you off guard. As long as you're, like a jump in, right? As long as you have good anti-airs, that doesn't matter.
A lot of players, when they put themselves in a bad spot in burnout, they will become hyper aggressive because they know that if they block anything, they're going to get put into a burnout loop. So I actually start waking up with level 1 quite often in situations like that because they're so desperate not to get put in a burnout loop.
That right there is another example of him knowing the answers to the questions that he's asking, right? That's probably like more like 7 minutes, 7:05. Let's call it 7:04. Knows answer to question he's asking.
Okay, he's gonna level 2 here, which is gonna burn me out, but that's not. This round's probably forfeit, but he spent a lot of super to do it. I'm not gonna DI counter if I get the chance. I'm gonna look for a throw. Okay. Nice tech. Okay, he was really clutch on defense there.
That was really good defense. That was also kind of good, right? Meter management at like 730. Meter management doesn't spend level 1 round basic boss. Looks for something safe, not to rest. Right?
I knew I had to go for a throw reset in that burnout string. He found the one gap where I went for it, which is nice. Okay, we get a big opening here. I'm going to go for a safe jump and then probably bait DI afterwards.
He's still not spending.
Oh, huge. And that is the game.
Yeah, now he goes, okay, now I know this is going to kill, so now I'm going to spend. But he conserved all of his super meter because rather than doing damage, he was like, I can die in one hit. In one wrong guess, I die. I think he's like, I'd rather have that meter going into the next round where I have full resource and everything, and I'll have full meter, than to not have that. Shit. And that's really smart. Just to let it go, let it rock.
He was starting to get frustrated that I was stuck at low health for a while. Like I had 5% health.
And you know what? Here's another lesson right here. That's a crazy lesson. 820. Players tend to get antsy. Close out.
For like 25 seconds straight there, and I could feel that he was starting to get a little bit uncomfortable at the prospect of a comeback. So he tried to force the issue, and I just did safe jump into shimmy and got the round.
That's something I think as a player you should internalize 100%. And like, first of all, you don't need to do that. If you're the opponent, you don't need to do that. Let them, let them chill. You have a huge lead. They die in one hit, right? Which for most people, I feel like, especially like I think about that sometimes when I'm playing. I go like, oh, you die in one hit. I'm just going to force it. I'm going to force this issue. I'm going to hit you. But your opponent can just play safe and not get hit. And so if you also play safe, you can try to make them get antsy because they're at low health, right? And if you make them come to you, it's more likely that like give them, you know what they say? You give them a noose, you let them hang them. That's a very, oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. I'm going to BRB. I got pissed. I got to take a pee break. All right, I'm back from the bathroom.
All right, so as usual, I'm pre-scouting your MR to give me an idea of what you're doing. Okay, so reasonably high again with Jury. The reason that I do this, by the way, is because if your MR is lower, I'm generally gonna make the assumption that your defensive choices are gonna be a bit less solid, and you're more likely to get opened up by gimmicks. So that's what I'm kind of looking out for with the MR pre-screening. It's not a guarantee, some people don't make those mistakes with low or high MR. But I do kind of put you through a screening process. Anyway, there's not much to say about what's happening so far. He's mostly just walking into stuff. This is quite impatient looking Jury. We just back up and let this guy come to us now. I'm expecting probably a jump or a dive kick in the next few seconds because he hasn't got in once yet. Okay, get a random DI, but that's fine. We can take 10 of those.
That's such a fucking brilliant thing too, right there. Oh, that's so good. 920. 20. Hit by random DI. No tilt the NBI. No tilt. Says we can take right, because it doesn't.
Okay, get a random DI, but that's fine. We can take 10 of those.
Also was like, again, it's a similar thing that we had happen again at like 9 minutes. Plays passive with a reason. Asks question. Predicts an answer. Right? And I think that's important. Right? He doesn't necessarily go for the answer, but he predicts the answer his opponent's going to ask. He's like, hey, I know right now I'm walking. He's like, I'm going to play passive, first of all, because this dude's just walking into his stuff. So rather than going, all right, you're a super aggressive player, I'm going to now turn the dial up to 11 and just mix your shit. He's like, I'm just going to keep hitting you with random stuff. I'm going to hit you with safe stuff. Right? That's so smart. That's so smart. Reason plays with safe stuff. With safe folks, because it's working. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Knows, then thinks about what opponent is going to do. Oh, like, because like if this was me, right, what I would do in this spot is I would run at you. I would be like, okay, I'm going to convert my next hit into a full combo. I'm going to spend a bunch of resources and convert into a full combo and then go for a meaty because that's a good thing to do. But he doesn't do that. He just keeps throwing out these random pokes, which I think, first of all, gets in your opponent's head, right? Because if you've ever been on the receiving end of that type of gameplay, it's not very fun. It's very frustrating. It gets in your head and it makes you make more mistakes. And he said, now that I'm doing this, he's probably going to jump. I'm going to be able to get him with an anti-air. Right, or he's probably going to jump soon. He knows he's going to jump soon. Doesn't get the anti-air off, but goes, he's probably going to jump soon. And is somewhat ready for it with the parry, right? Because he hasn't been able to get it, right? He's like, okay, this dude's probably going to jump. He hasn't been able to get it, right? And yeah, it's so like brilliant and so brilliantly simple to just do the safe thing. If the safe thing, like keep doing the safe thing rather than committing. Granted, like meaties aren't necessarily risky. You can get blown out for them, but it's very unlikely that at like low rank you're gonna get blown out. But he's just like, all right, you're gonna keep walking into what I'm doing. I'm gonna keep doing the things you're walking into. I'm not gonna change it up on myself when this is already working, right?
Okay. Probably GG's at this point. I can go for a DI counter here. Yep.
Yeah, he knew the guy wanted the DI too.
I can kind of sense that this guy is hesitant to approach if he doesn't have a fireball on the screen. And tends to take risks. There's a lot of jury players that are like this. That's unsafe. There's a lot of jury players that don't.
That Fujin being safe is like big tech.
A fireball that they can approach behind, and if they do approach, it'll usually be a high risk option like a jump or a dive kick. So in this situation, just sort of standing still and holding your ground can often force unnecessary errors like that, for example. As I was saying it. So here's your drive gauge is low. I'm going to do drive rush forward heavy kick here because it doesn't really matter if I get supered or not. Okay, you parry to restore drive gauge, that's fine. You're still below 3 bars. There's no risk of a DRC right now.
That's another one, dude. Meter management.
Early, in that situation, you always want to walk forward to meet.
Meter management. Great moment. Was that like 10:35? Not I say acknowledges, but aware of opponent's options opponent's options based on drive gauge. Here. Below 3 bars. Unlikely to DRC. No need to mental stack, right? Like you don't have to mental stack that now if they're below 3 bars.
The fireball. Possible DI again, I would assume. Maybe a forward jump. I'm on DI high alert right now. There it is, and we jump it.
That was a bad DI too. He would have got killed for that.
Sometimes the corner can be your opponent's worst enemy. Sometimes people just cannot resist the urge to try and force the issue once they've got you in the corner. They kind of tunnel vision and they can only see DI as their win condition. And it makes them even more predictable than if they just took their time and thought about their choices.
Great speech. Another 1 at 11:15. Opponents forcing the issue when they don't need to and take think. Right? That makes so much sense. Makes so much sense.
That's fine. We can take so many of those and still survive.
It's actually very true, right? Like I normally get a little tilted by getting hit by a random DI in the corner. I go, oh fuck DI. I can beat that. But like,
but it lost the meaty fireball and we're dead. Double one.
But notice how like he didn't really spend any fucking resources that round, which isn't a bad thing.
Aggressive now, so I'm gonna respond to that aggressiveness with my own aggressiveness. We're gonna do round start drive rush like a bum, which worked out perfectly. Now we go for a safe jump into shimmy. I can feel that the vibes that I'm getting from my opponent right now is that he really wants to get one opening and then just kind of smother me from there. So I want to make him feel frustrated that he can't get that one hit that he needs to get the party started. I'm going to play quite defensively for a moment. We parry the overhead, that's fine. We're in throw loop city. High chance of a DI again, probably. We get the anti-air. He's below 1 bar of drive now, so he's probably going to start making erratic decisions. Unfortunately, I dropped my combo.
Yeah, I should have killed.
But we're still probably okay. As long as I can maintain his drive fairly low, we're fine. And that's it.
12:45, right? That's a really... I just picked up on that. 12:45 talks about maintaining opponent's drive. Like he has the life lead, right? Has life lead. Wants to like, oh, that's so smart. The way he thinks about drive gauge is so much different than how I think about it.
That's an example of like forcing your opponent's drive to stay at a threshold. So I was making a big effort throughout that round to keep my opponent at about 2 bars of drive. So he never felt like he could really take any risks in neutral. Okay, this is kind of bad. I'm gonna wake up level 3. It fails. We've got one more chance here. Now my guess here is he's probably gonna throw a fireball, possibly EX fireball to lock me down in the corner. But I guess wrong, which happens.
So I do like that Broski's constantly, consciously making decisions. He's constantly, consciously making guesses. Even if they're wrong, he's just trying to make guesses. And I think that if you do that enough as a player, like you'll get better, right? This is at what, 13:20? 20. Constantly making conscious decisions on knockdowns and wake up, right? Even if wrong, it's okay. Just try. Okay, right? Like, but he's making choices, and that is, I also, it's like a fundamental fighting game thing. But I've learned, and I'm trying to implement.
Game number 3. I'm on high alert for drive rush right now, because he's tried jumping a lot of times and it's not been working. So I think he's going to probably switch to Drive Rush. There it is, but unfortunately Jury's is 5 frames. Capcom, please nerf. Gonna go for a meaty throw here. And we're going to steal a turn here with Drive Rush forward heavy kick into a command grab, because I haven't gone for a command grab all set. We're going to keep up the pressure in the corner. And I think he's probably getting annoyed now because he's low on drive and low on health, so he's probably going to make some weird decisions. So I'm just going to go for relatively safe.
Yeah, again, knows, acknowledges opponent's probably going to force the issue here. They're at low health, going to play it safe, right? Play it safe. They're forcing the issue. Don't rush for the kill. God, that's such a smart lesson, right? Don't rush for the kill.
Drive gauge attacks like this. He gets the perfect parry, which is nice. Probably getting annoyed now because he's low on drive and low on health, so he's probably going to make some weird decisions. So I'm just going to go for relatively safe drive gauge attacks like this.
Like he could go for, could try to force the issue, but opponent could do some random shit and it's better be ready to catch them. Right. I think is the mentality, or better to just amass small advantage because you're already ahead. This is like, you know what? That's actually so fucking smart. Don't overextend. This is card game fundamentals. Yeah, this is genuinely, legitimately card game fundamentals. This is, I have a lead. I have amassed advantage. I've amassed some advantage now, and now we're going to just try to go for small incremental advantages because I have the lead, and we're going to snowball. But we're not going to take, like, by going for those safe situations. What you're doing is you're going for those. You're already ahead. You're already in the lead, and so you're amassing these smaller little advantages that will snowball because you keep doing it. But you give your opponent very little opportunity to amass advantages back. It's smart. That's very smart. It's a good way to think about it.
That's the perfect parry, which is nice. Fortunately, that's punishable again, and I reset into command grab. One thing you need to be aware of is that a lot of Jury players push their luck on the Fuha store. Even the medium version is -6. If you've got a decent 6-frame medium like Aki does, a lot of the time you can punish bad Fuha cancels. Okay, I can definitely feel the frustration coming from my opponent right now. They are an open book saying I'm desperate to get in and I'll do anything to make it happen. So I'm just going to keep everything frame tight. I'm not going to push my luck anywhere. That entire string is just frame trap into frame trap into frame trap. And at this point, it's basically GG's. We just got to not fumble the landing. I'm expecting a jump, most likely. I'm on high alert for a jump right now. We get heavy Fuha, I think that is. DI again, it's not a big deal. You gotta not let it tilt you when that happens. Your opponent is just taking high risks. Unfortunately, low forward drive rush there does steal back the round. It's not the end of the world though. The good news is we go into the final round with a 1-bar advantage. It is a little bit annoying, but we still have the positional advantage here, or the meter advantage. Okay, he's massively overspent drive in the first few seconds of the round, which is huge for us because we just do this into level 1. He's now going to be at about half a bar of drive. We go for a safe fireball afterwards to push the advantage. He's probably going to jump, almost certainly. Everyone does there. We go for 4 whips. Drop the last one, but that's fine. Walk up sweep is a desperation play. And we get the burnout, and this is pretty much an open and shut case at this point. And that should, question mark, be GG's. Yeah.
Ah, there's so much knowledge right here, chat.
Huge for us. You guys are playing too, okay?
You guys are
playing
playing too.
team
That's
effort.
funny.
This is really tiring, by the way. Like, this is taking like 10 times the focus of like an average match. This is taking a huge amount of my mental stack. Okay, we see Mai on the loading screen, which puts us into a depressive state instantly.
Now I'm just like locked in. I'm really invested.
It's ISDD. Now, ISDD generally is a very aggressive player, and he likes to also use a lot of EX fans. So I'm going to back up and respond to EX fan with my own EX fireball if I see it. That's also a good opportunity to interrupt with stand medium punch. He doesn't throw that much. That's one of the sort of reads that I have on ISDD is he tends to like going for frame traps more than throws. So we attack the drive gauge here, although ours is quite low as well. We go for a safe jump. He's likely to panic at this point and do like a jump. Okay, he got the hit with low forward drive rush, but that's fine because he got the burnout for it. Got to be very careful about the level 1 here. Unfortunately, there it comes out. We're still fine though because we do that. Bait the dive kick.
Oh, that would have been so sick if it connected. Yeah, you
And
just
GG's.
burn out pressure.
I could have got a cool conversion off the jump medium punch, but I kind of fumbled it. I was a bit too tunnel visioned on the burnout pressure. Okay, we push the advantage here. Anytime your fireball goes through Mai's fan, you get a free drive rush behind it like that. We safe jump here. Didn't respond to DI correctly, but that's fine. We got a huge drive gauge advantage. Slide out. I'm going to look for crouch heavy kick level 2 here, like that. Which now, once again, gives us a huge advantage. He might start panicking and doing odd things now. And we get the drive rush.
God. Oh, I can't even articulate what I like the amount of
Okay, so
what my brain is
round start
absorbing
EX
information
fireball
wise.
here, most likely. If I back up a bit, there we go, we bait it out. And because our fireball is 2 hits, it always comes out on top.
Good feint.
And that gives us the early drive gauge advantage. Get the perfect parry, OS it into stand medium punch. Now we safe jump. I'm always safe jumping. I'm a big believer in the safe jump. Burnout arrives, which is nice.
Yeah, like that. He's baiting
we
it out,
start
right?
burnout
He's baiting out the
pressure.
DI. Which even if they whiff DI or like you block it, like they lose drive gauge. They spend drive gauge for nothing.
And that's GG's. So after a perfect, people are usually pretty demoralized, and they like to try and steal back control, so I'm expecting very aggressive start, which does come out, but I get hit anyway. This is fine. He spent 4 bars of drive to do 20% damage, 25, which I can definitely take that trade. We look for the anti-air again. Okay, he's definitely trying to force the issue with the EX fans. I'm going to let rip a DI in a second after a stand fierce. I'm just looking out for it now. I'm scouting. My chance will come. We still have a good drive position.
Look at
I
that
could switch over
drive
to an
gauge
offensive
speed.
position here. Attack the drive.
Right, he switches to offense to attack drive there. 20, 27. Switches to offense, attack drive. Acknowledges where at in game. Based accordingly. Think about that, right? Like he's like, okay, we have a really good drive gauge advantage. Doesn't have the health lead, but attacking the drive is safer and it helps Aki. He's got 3 bars, right? So
Crouch heavy kick into CA puts you in burnout from here, but it's a little bit scary because you have 3 bars.
yeah, and like he doesn't want to
level 2.
spend.
That's a dub. That's a dub in my mind. Because of the way that Mai's combo routing works, you can't do heavy spin into level 1, so he had to level 2 there, which is nice. So that gives us a 3-to-1 bar advantage in the final round. We perfect parry, but it doesn't matter because Mai is silly. Okay, he's now below a threshold.
I
where
might
he
take
can
this Band-Aid off,
safely
see if I can play.
expand, so we can now push the drive attack. He's almost certainly.
There's so much,
There it is.
so much good knowledge here, chat.
That hit me from behind, even though it would have been sick. I'm upset about that. Okay. The level 1 fan is kind of bodying me right now. Has to jump out the corner, but the cross cut. Okay, this is a really good position.
You know what he's doing, chat? You know what? I get it now. He's low on health, right? But he's trying to figure out what the best way for him to amass an advantage is. And in that situation, especially as Aki, it's pressuring drive gauge. Like, okay, well, I'm low on health, but you have low drive gauge. I think if I attack your drive gauge, I can amass some more advantage. Like, I can start building up advantage, and I can do it safely. And try to get myself back into this game, because once your drive gauge down, I can start doing Aki burnout pressure, and like really, it's worse for you. The situation gets better for me. Even if it's not I'm winning, situation is significantly better.
The only thing is he has level 1 here, but my thinking is he's going to be so focused on not getting opened up by a burnout string. If I do a really quick DI, I might be able to slip it in, something like this. And it works out perfectly. Cool.
Wow. Wow.
There you go, folks.
That's something I don't even. Oh my god! I never think about the game like that. I'm behind. How do I get back? My brain is like, I'm behind. I have to get a hit, right? But I don't have to do that. What is the best way for me to get ahead? I can look at it and go, oh, well, actually, I have a drive gauge lead. Let me try to push that to its maximum. Let me try to build up this drive gauge lead to put you in bad spots, to put you in burnout. Because especially if I'm playing Ed, my pressure gets so much better when you're in burnout. Oh my god. Dude. This is objective. I think this might like I was saying it before because I was like, I think this might be, but like this is, I think, the greatest fight. This is the greatest fighting game tutorial. This is it. This is the greatest tutorial I've ever seen in my life. I have a pimple on my cheek, chat. I have a pimple right here. I can feel it. It's tight. Hurts.
This is exhausting. It's really hard to do, but I thought this might be useful. So,
dude, thought. This is. We have so many notes, chat. All right, you know what? Let's distill it down. Let's go ahead. I gotta open up my Notion. Let me not do any spoilers. No spoilers of what's coming next. Okay. All right. So, content. What are the key lessons? Let's like look at my notes. Let's distill this down into key lessons here, chat. Turn this into numbers. The fuck was that? Oh, I was like, dude, is there porn in there? That's crazy. I'm gonna get fucking banned because of Notion. Turn into numbered. Go. So let's just list these. Let's look at our notes here. Let's look at our notes, chat. What do we have? What do we have? That breaks it, doesn't it? Okay. So it says low risk commitment to maintain strong positioning, a lot of info on opponent. Pose question to opponent, predict their answer, play accordingly, play passive for drive recovery, have a reason for what you do. Right? I think that's a really important one. Like, is having the reasoning down. Have a reason for what you're doing. I think that's a really important lesson to take away from that video. Right? That's like that's an obvious one. Know your outs. That I think also is super key. Knowing your outs is important. How much damage does my combo do? Does it kill in this spot? If you're in this position and you're at this much health, like that, I think is a lot though. I really think like a huge one that we just figured out is like be aware of the ways to constantly think about how you can gain the most advantage while offering your opponent always be asking questions. All right, it's hold on, I got it's better actually. You're always asking questions and should be guessing, thinking about how your opponent will answer them. And I mean, this is kind of like the play it safe one, right? Like play it safe, but knows his outs, lets him play more in control, knows the answer to question. Meter management does been level 1. I think just Street Fighter 6 specifically, meter management, like his meter management, he's aware of how much meter he has, he's aware of the situations, he's I think that's all. That's actually a huge section. And dude, I think another big one to take away from that is like, don't push the issue, which is kind of this, but like, don't push the issue, right? Like, he doesn't ever, Broski was never really in that pushing the issue himself. He was never the one initiating conflict in a way. He was always trying to think like, okay, I'm going to keep it safe. I'm going to do safe shit. All right, let me rush in because you're rushing in. The question you're posing to me is I'm rushing at you. What are you going to do? Okay, I'm going to go for this sudden safe option. What's your answer? And then you as the person having that asked you have to have an answer, right? And also think about then what's the question you're asking. Oh, that's so good. It's just like playing fucking card game. I think these are like 5 key lessons that you could take away from that video that are like really fun. These are the things that I'm taking away. Is like know my outs, right? Which is great. This is great for replay review, right? Because this is like, okay, these are things I can look for. Like that's something I can look for when I'm doing replay review. Is like, okay, they were at low health. This was a spot. This is how much health they had. This spot. This is how much stuff I had. Was there a way I could kill them here that wasn't what I did, right? That I should have been looking out for, right? And then once you know that option, you no longer have to be stressed out in that situation. Just so good. It's phenomenal, chat. Wow, dude. I'm gonna turn that into a proper video too. I think I'm gonna turn it into like the deep dive. I think it deserves to be a proper, distilled, much more easy to understand, like concise, like 5 to 8 minute video. Goddamn. I just don't think I'm going to have the capacity to play Street Fighter 6. My finger just it's not there, which sucks. It's been fucked up for like a week. All right, chat. Well, that's probably gonna be it then. I still think we had a good stream though. Like I think we're gonna have a good content segment come out of this, and I'm very happy about that. I'm gonna dip out. I'll talk to you all on the flip side. Thank you all for watching. Hope you had a wonderful time. I know I had an absolute blast, a genuinely fantastic time today. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button over on YouTube. Enjoy the stream, or follow me on Twitch, whichever one suits your fancy. And as always, have yourselves a damn good one.